So let's get today's lovely whole wheat pizza puffs. It's super simple to prepare. Now we're going to start by making the dough. For that I require 1 cup of whole wheat flour. This is regular flour that we use to make chapatis or puris. Half a cup of dahi or yogurt. 1/4 cup of water. Half a teaspoon of Eno salts. Some salt to taste. And a few drops of oil. So for the dough, I've just added the salt to the flour. Then I'm going to add the Eno salts. Mix all these 3 dry ingredients well together. Next, we're going to add the yogurt or the dahi. I'll leave a recipe of how I prepare my dahi at home in the description box below. Mix all of this really well together. And now we're just going to add a little water at a time, and we're going to make this into a nice dough similar to that what you would make for a roti, chapati, puri. So it should be nice and firm, yet it should be nice and elastic and flexible too. And then I'm just going to add a few drops of oil and knead this really well and set it aside for about 5 minutes. So during that time, let's make the stuffing or the filling for this lovely pizza puff. So now for the filling, I've taken a small bowl. To that, I'm going to add 1 medium onion that I've chopped fine. Next, I'm going to add 1 small capsicum that I've chopped fine. Next goes in 1 small tomato that I've de-seeded and taken out all the flesh and cut it up again into small fine cubes. Next, I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of French beans chopped fine, 1 teaspoon of mixed Italian herbs. Then I'm going to add half a teaspoon of red chili flakes. Next is going to go in 1 tablespoon of red chili sauce, as well as 1 tablespoon of pizza pasta sauce, 1/4 cup of cheese that I've cut into small cubes. Mix all of this really well together. And we just have 1 more ingredient to go for our filling to be ready, and that is just about a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper powder. So once that is added, mix everything well and our filling is all ready. So now I've taken my rolling board, I've just dusted it with a little bit of whole wheat flour. I've taken a small lime-sized ball of the dough that we prepared, and I'm just going to smoothen it out, and then I'm just going to roll it out like you would with a normal roti or chapati or puri. We want about 1/2 inch of thickness. We don't want it to be very thick or very thin. Now you can keep some oil at the side for deep frying, or you can even shallow fry these once they're ready. And then I'm just going to take a round vati. You can also use a round cookie cutter and just cut this up into small, even sized rounds like this. Not too big or not too small, just a small puri sized kind of shape. And then we're just going to fill it up in the center with about 1 teaspoon of the filling. Don't overfill it or underfill it. Place the other one on the top. Just seal the sides really well. Press them down well, and then just for the designers as well, to seal it, we're just going to press it down with a fork. So this does the double work of sealing this puff as well as also creating a nice pretty design. So it should look like this. So prepare as many as you want and set them aside. Just ensure that there are no holes on the top or on the base, otherwise your filling will all ooze out into the oil. And also see that it's very well sealed. If it breaks, just restart again. And now all we have to do is just fry it till it's nice and golden brown in color and drain the excess oil on some kitchen napkin. Now, if you don't want to deep fry this, you can just shallow fry it in a little bit of oil in a frying pan too. Or you could even bake this in the oven at 180 degrees Celsius for about 5 to 7 minutes. And that's it, guys. Our lovely whole wheat pizza puffs are all ready. And I'll just break open one and show you that it's really delicious and it's a must try. So I hope you do give this recipe a try. I'll catch you in my next video. This is Akshata signing off. Bye guys.
Hi friends, this is Akshata here with yet another quick and delicious recipe. Today I will be showing you how to make some potato bhaji. So let's go through our ingredients. Here I have about 3 medium-sized potatoes boiled and cut into small cubes. They have to be small and cut evenly so that our masala coats each and every potato well. Here I have got a paste which I have made using about 3 light green chilies, half an inch of ginger and some curry leaves. I have put them in the mixer pot and made a fine paste. Then we require the juice of 1 lemon. We require some coriander for garnish. In our spices, we require 1 teaspoon of mustard seeds or mohri, 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds or jeera, 1 teaspoon of asafoetida or hing, and about half a teaspoon of turmeric powder or haldi. Then you require some salt and a little bit of sugar to taste. So let's start making this potato bhaji. Now here I have some oil heating in a pan. First we'll go in 1 teaspoon of mohri or mustard seeds. When they begin to splutter, we'll add in 1 teaspoon of cumin or jeera, followed by 1 teaspoon of hing or asafoetida, and about half a teaspoon of turmeric or haldi. Then immediately goes in our paste of green chilies, ginger and curry leaves. We'll give this a little bit of a stir. We want these chilies to fry a bit. And then goes in our diced potatoes. We give all of this a good mix so that everything gets coated with this bagar. You have to cook this between slow and medium flame, not on high flame. And now we will just cover this and let it cook for about 2 minutes. Now after 2 minutes, we will check on our potatoes. Now we will add in some sugar and salt to taste. And again give this a very good mix. Again we will cook this for another 2 minutes. Now it has been another 2 minutes. Our potato bhaji is all ready. And now all we have to do is switch off our gas, pour in the lemon juice and the garnish of coriander and give it one final mix. And here you have it, friends, the delicious yet simple potato bhaji or batatachi bhaji. Please try out this recipe.
These puris. So I've just taken about 2 cups of whole wheat flour, added a pinch of salt and some water and made a dough like this, which is very, very stiff. It shouldn't be like a chapati dough or a roti dough. It should be really, really stiff. And then I've kept some oil for heating. Then you want to just rub, grease your hands with a little bit of oil and then just make small balls like this out of the dough, even sized balls, and then press them down. So ensure that your hands are nice and greased with some oil, so that they don't dry up. Now our oil is heating on a low to medium heat. And now once I've rolled out, I'm just going to fry a few just to show you all on for the video. And then I'm just going to roll them out. Not too much or not too less. I mean, we don't want them very thin. They should be a little bit thick, about half an inch of thickness. And ensure that your oil is also very nice and hot. And then just put them into the hot oil. And then just press them down like this so they start to puff up. And once they puff up, just turn them over so that they get evenly fried on both sides till they're nice and golden brown in color. So you don't need to add anything. It's just plain whole wheat flour with a pinch of salt. You can even skip the salt if you don't want to have too much of salt. And just add a little water at a time and make it into a very, very firm dough. And then just drain all the excess oil of the puris onto a kitchen napkin once they're nice and fried. So today we had this patar bhaji with puris, and we had some amras at hand. So we had that too. So it was a real treat. So do try out these, this recipe of patar bhaji and puris, and do let me know in the comments section below how you liked it. I would love to hear from you. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you soon. So let's start with today's very delicious and easy Ukad recipe. Now I'm going to start by making some buttermilk. So I've taken about two watis of the steel watis, or you can add up to 1 cup of curd, and I've just whisked the curd using a wooden whisk in this way for about a half a minute or so, or you can count up to 100. Then I'm going to add just about a cup of water, or a wati of water. That would be half a cup of water. And I'm going to whisk this till it becomes nice and frothy like this. And this is the buttermilk that we're going to use. Also, the dahi has to be a little bit sour or a little bit a day old. Now, this is a thetsa which I've prepared with chilies and lasun and some coriander. And this is 1 wati of rice flour. We're also going to be using some asafoetida, hing, cumin seeds, mustard seeds and haldi. So all ingredients will be in the description box below. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of water to this rice flour, and I'm going to make it into a very smooth paste like this. And we're going to set it aside. So say I've added about, for 1 wati of rice flour, I've added about 1.5 wati of water and made it into a thin runny paste. Now I've heated 1 tablespoon of oil in my pan, to which I'm going to add my mustard seeds. Once the mustard seeds begin to splutter, we're going to add the cumin seeds or the jeera. Next goes in the hing or the asafoetida, about half a teaspoon each, and some haldi or some turmeric powder. Now we're going to add this paste which I made. I just used 2 light green chilies and about 4 small cloves of garlic, and I've just mixed it or blended it to a thin paste. Now we're going to fry this paste very well. This is very important to the recipe. You've got to fry this, then you get the aroma of this lovely chili and garlic, and also the rawness of the garlic goes away. Now I'm going to add my buttermilk. So I'm using roughly about 3 watis of buttermilk. And I'm going to keep stirring this buttermilk. I'm going to add some salt to taste. And I'm going to stir this buttermilk on a low to medium flame till it starts to boil. Now this is very important because we don't want the buttermilk to split. That will be a real disaster for this dish. So on a low to medium flame, keep stirring the buttermilk till it starts to bubble or boil. Now this is very important for the recipe to get the right consistency. Keep stirring lightly. And now you'll see the buttermilk has come to a boil. Now we're going to add this rice flour and water paste. And we're just going to whisk it in. We're using a whisk because we want a very smooth paste and we don't want any lumps to form in this ukad. So now just stir it lightly, and then we're going to keep it on a low flame for about half a minute or so. Again, we're going to stir in between. We're going to repeat this twice or thrice. Just keep stirring in between. And you will know when your ukad is ready because it will start leaving the sides of the pan very easily. So again, we're going to cover and cook it. So I've done this about 3 times. Now I'm going to add half the quantity of the chopped up coriander. I've used roughly about half a cup of coriander, so I'm just going to add half of it now, and then when I serve my ukad, I'm going to add the other half. And when you're serving this ukad, you just have to drizzle a little bit of raw oil, just a few drops, and that's it, friends.
to Akshatasrecipes Recipes. Thank you so much for joining me today. So today I'm going to show you a very simple recipe of how to make meethi parathas or fenugreek parathas, also known as theplas. It's super simple and it gets ready also very quickly. And plus you can make this dough and keep it in your refrigerator for about 2 to 3 days and make the parathas whenever you feel like. So let's head on to my kitchen and start today's meethi or fenugreek.
About a cup of meethi, which I've chopped up very fine. Here I have about 5 light green chilies and about 5 cloves of garlic, large cloves of garlic, which I've just ground to a coarse paste. I'm going to add this to my methi along with some haldi powder, some cumin seeds and some asafoetida or hing. Next goes in some salt to taste. Now I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of rice flour and 1 tablespoon of besan or chickpea flour. Now I'm going to add about half a cup of wheat flour, whole wheat flour, just about half a tablespoon of oil, a little bit of water, and we're going to knead this into a stiff yet smooth dough. This would be similar to your puri dough or your chapati dough. Now my dough is ready. I'm just going to put a few drops of oil and just knead it again. And then we're just going to set this aside for about 10 to 15 minutes. Now here I have a pan heating up. I also have my dry whole wheat flour. I have some clarified butter or ghee. So now I'm just going to take, here is my tawa heating up. I'm just going to take a line-sized bowl of this dough, just like you would when you're making a puri or a chapati. And we're just going to roll it out as thin as possible. Now because of the besan or the chickpea flour, this dough becomes very elastic and becomes very easy to roll out this dough. And now my pan is nice and hot, so I'm just going to put it onto the pan on a low to medium flame, turn it up once or twice, and then I'm just going to apply a few drops of clarified butter or ghee. And your thepla or your meethi paratha is all ready. So wasn't that really simple, guys? Few ingredients, but what a lovely and delicious recipe.